Welcome to Division 2 of Indian Racing League around Zanderwood, where it does appear to be a dry qualifying. And joining me in the comms box is Chips.
Hey everyone. So we're waiting for the drivers to come out on track. So do you have any predictions for qualifying? Who do you think has been strong the past few races?
I feel the Ferraris are the one to look out for, and equally the Red Bull of Vintage and the Mercedes of Easy Level bot. Easy Level is not someone who'll qualify right up there, but we know how he is on race pace. So yeah, quite a fight there.
This level is number 6. He's retired.
He might have had a race ban.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
So the
only two
first,
things where they would do that. It's either race ban or probably a wet start. Who knows?
exactly. We don't really know the weather as of now. So I think the first car who's going to be doing his lap is going to be Captain Sandhu.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be him. Who's out on track? It's surprising that no one yet has come out on the mediums. Actually, that's I think possibly an indicator that it's a wet race.
Yep.
What's the point of qualifying on mediums if it's a wet race? So as Captain Sandhu enters the final corner,
So going
banking,
on board with Captain Sandhu, why don't you take us away?
yeah, DRS wide open and into turn one, high speed down, takes close to the apex. A very good turn in, well done from him. Turn two, oh, was a bit deep. The banking lost a bit of time there, but he should be alright. Let's look at the banker first. Um, Seems to be having the car under control. Of course, that's a purpose of the first one on track. But oh, something happened up with someone. I'm missing a few apexes here and there, I think, but more often than not, he seems to be under control. I think. Do you think he's running less downforce? He's struggling a bit on corner entry.
Yeah, it does seem so, but let's see what time he can put up because definitely he's missed most of the apexes around. Let's see what he can do coming around the final banking.
Exactly. I think coming around the final corner, banking turn, pedal to the metal, DRS open, and he sets a 1 minute 12.0, which is an alright time. It's not bad. Who else do we have on a lap? It's Gagan Singh is on a lap. He seems to be going fast. I think they're all running a bit less front down force because they seem to be using the apex as well.
Yeah, but then if they are running less downforce, that does mean that it might not be wet in the race.
Possibly, yeah.
So let's see what Gagan can come up with. Then he does a 1:11.6. That's a good time. Meanwhile, Kalyan had put a time on board of a 1:12.9. Surely there's some more time with him.
Just a tiny bit, yeah. Probably just a tiny bit there.
Meanwhile,
Yeah,
now we are on
pace
board
is
with
up to him.
Oxidize.
Pace is up to him so far. I don't think he's on a fast lap though. So yeah, he's not on a fast lap. Who is this? Yeah, Smith is on a hot lap. Yes, seems to have one pole to sector one. Smith is has the pace. Let's see what he can do.
Bit of a track extension over there, but guessing it can pass.
Exactly. He seems to have a lot more front end grip as compared to say Captain Sonu did.
That is true.
As you can see, he doesn't deviate from the apex too much. I think this
Yep.
could be a potential best lap. But
Oh, and a
Oxidize
1:11.4 by
race,
Oxidize. Good lap. He is actually a driver who's showing some good pace in the last few races. Meanwhile, Smith
yes,
backs off her right at the end.
right. He was that maybe his counter lap. Not really sure what he did there. Indic is on a lap indicator.
Meanwhile, Sid Venkatesh rounding up the final corner, and he does a 1 minute 11.7. So he goes P3. What do you
Not
think?
bad.
What do you think would be the predicted lap time here, Chips?
I think the lap time would probably in the race. Yeah, it would be around.
Uh,
I think 1:47.
Sorry, what I meant to say was what would be the pole time here?
Whole time. I think given a bit more can be extracted from these cars. I think it could be a 111.0.
A
111.1.
111. Okay.
Because I think that approximately 4 tenths more can be extracted from these cars. Indic is rounding off the final corner. In the run up to the line, he goes P5 with a 112.7, which is all right.
Well, let's go to Sim Racing Sim, who's all around going around in the mediums.
Yeah.
The first person out there setting a lap on the mediums. Let's see what he can do.
He's kept out very well.
A little bit of wheel spin.
Yeah, but I think on the mediums it is expected. They won't really. Yeah, you can see he's struggling for grip on the corner exits. But he seems to be that's at a turbo technical in straight. On your timing tower, is his tire still showing up as soft?
Nope, it's a medium.
Well, I guess Import must have been like showing up as soft.
Rounding off the last corner. Let's see what he can do. And Vintage gets disqualified.
And Sim Racing goes.
Does a 111.7. That is quite a decent lap on those mediums.
I think he is 300ths of Sid Venkatesh, but he's on the mediums. But then there is chaos right there. Vintage player, what's happened to him?
Have no idea what has happened there. Probably lost his car somewhere, or he lost connection. So that's the only thing. Meanwhile, I'm on board with Sim again because he's improving by 3 tenths on his lap. Let's see what he can do.
He was a bit aggressive through that section. I think he may have lost a little bit of time.
That is true, but he's really, really smashing those mediums up everywhere.
There's a Williams spun over there. I think Smith had also spun. Same corner. Just a lap. So he's 2 tenths up, which is not yet enough for provisional pole, but he could get P2 at this rate. So, second last corner, the final ninth corner.
And there was a wing over there on the track, looked like a Ferrari.
Not really sure what happened there, but Sim goes P2.
111.6. That is quite a good lap.
That's a very good lap. Considering he did 2 back-to-back flying laps.
Meanwhile, Gagan is all the way around. I don't know what's happening with him.
Yeah, that was at that turn. It is easy to do.
Captain Sandur. Who else is on a lap right now? Is Smith on a lap? No, doesn't look like. Gaurav is on the lap. Easy level bot.
Easy level could be one to look out for. I think he backed off possibly because that's not very easy to qualify. Yeah, he's 6 seconds up on his best. Yeah, easy level could be up for a potential to qualify. Thakurva P2.
Wow, he popped up a good timing. I feel to look out for would be Ahif in his Ferrari. Oh, and he spins out. He breaks his wing. Oh no.
Crucially, he still kept the engine running and he can set up.
Yep, that is true. Let's see. Ahif puts in a 111.9 on his medium, so he's also up there. Let's see if he's pushing again. He is pushing on this lap as well. What can he do? And is he up on his time? He is marginally up on his time, but let's see what he can do.
Reddy Mosquito about to finish his lap. 12 with a 114.4.
Meanwhile, Ace has left the session, so if you could just invite him.
Yeah, I do so.
111.459 by Thakurva on second lap on those mediums, and 11.2 by Gagan Singh Meanwhile, if backs off of his lap, he probably wasn't improving as much. Captain Sandhu's on another lap, he's 2 tenths up in his first sector. Let's see what he can do.
I think it could be a surprise goal today. Never really know.
Yep. Captain Sandhu's car just doesn't look confident going into that turn.
Exactly.
Oh, and he just got caught out with that curb. That curb can really throw your car off. And that's what happened there as well.
He's marginally down on his best for this first test, but he could still improve like by a position, I think. Oh, he's invalidated in that.
Yep.
So I think he's lacking some front end grip, which he really needs right now. Does he quit? Yeah, he decides to bounce. Makes sense actually. We do have 3 sets of softs. So meanwhile, I think it's Deadly Mosquito on a lap.
Meanwhile, Gagan Singh is also okay. He's coming into the pits.
Yeah, it makes sense. He is 2 tenths clear at the moment, so he can just take a little breather. And that's Sid Venkatesh on a hot lap and 2 lap of soft tires. So, a bit of traction there, but he's still under control. I believe it's Sim Racing Simp about to go start his lap on the soft tires. So I think he could be the one who he can nap provisional pole. What do you feel?
That is true. With the way he put his time on mediums, he might be up for that.
Well, I would assume it's an approximate. Oh, Sim Racing almost hits the wall. He must be.
Meanwhile, Sid Venkatesh not improving on his lap, so he's rightfully going into the pits. Sim Racing still okay. He's down by 6 tenths, so he's backed off clearly on this lap. He'll probably go on a push lap again. Oxidize gets out of the way, and meanwhile we have Deadly Mosquito also on a lap, but he's also down on his time. So is nobody improving?
Manan has joined, so I believe Kalyan Verma, I think, is finishing his lap.
Yep, but he's quite down on time. That's not a representative time. He's probably pushing now.
Yeah, I think he's pushing like that. I think it's very easy to make mistakes in sector 1 when you have to wait the entire lap.
Yep.
That's why we're seeing, oh, Kalyan spins at turn 1.
Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you do that.
Exactly. He was driving for too long in this wrong direction.
Meanwhile, Sim Racing is on his lap again. Let's see what he can do now.
Sim Racing is about for. Unfortunate for Kalyan getting disqualified there. Sim Racing sets up purple sector 1. 2 tenths up. Look how much control and look how he can push his car. It's just.
That is true. He is really controlling his car well now.
And the amount of front end grip he has is phenomenal.
Yep. Let's see what he can do this lap.
He is 7 tenths up on his time. He could well beat my prediction of 11-0. He could go into the 1 minute 10s.
That is true. Let's see how he tackles the last corner of this track and takes it well on the power now, flat out till the line, and he puts in a 1 minute 10.6. That is a brilliant lap.
Wow.
That will take some beating.
I doubt that can be beaten.
Meanwhile, Gagan is being held up by Abhi here. I don't think that's the best thing.
Is Abhi on a hot lap? I believe Abhi is. So
and he's being held up quite a bit now. Yeah, that didn't work out well for Gagan at all. Abhi really impeded his lap.
But I think Abhi himself was on a lap before he just gave up. So Gagan,
Gagan comes across, does a 1 minute 11.3, so he's going to be pushing again. Meanwhile,
Thakur will just started his lap. One that's close to the apex of the
Meanwhile,
stage.
Sim Racing is still pushing on his lap. Will he improve?
I don't think so.
No,
I think he's
he's
on a
not.
final
Sorry,
lap.
he's not
Yeah.
on a hot lap.
Thakurva is pushing. I think this is the final few moments, so there might be someone else soon after this. Oxidize is on a out lap. Meanwhile, Thakurva is. Okay, what's happened in sector 1? He's on a Thakurva seems to be going well. Oh, he's
He's
backed
backed
off.
off. Meanwhile, Ahif is back in the pits. Will he have enough time to go out for another run?
He
Or
will,
is
but
he
he has to
settling
make
for
it quick.
P2?
He has to make it quick. He can. Gagan
Meanwhile, Gagan
is
Singh
finishing
coming
his lap.
around. Oh, he doesn't improve again.
So I believe that's curtains for him.
Yep.
But he doesn't have enough time.
Thakur was starting his lap now.
Thakurva and in turn 1.
Misses that apex, but gets it back in the second part of the corner.
He's lagging a bit behind this. Turn 3, his approach to turn 3 is different from other drivers because
That
he's
is
sticking
true.
to
He is
the
sticking
apex.
to the inside of the corner quite a bit. I don't know if that's the best line to take because you really need to put the power down on the exit.
Exactly. You cover less distance, but you have to be very wary of your throttle input. Sim racing is.
And Captain
Captain Sandhu
Sandhu also disqualified. Wow, a lot of people getting disqualified here.
people are. When people have had their laps completely ruined.
Meanwhile,
Thakurva
what can
is.
Thakurva do? Filing up the second sector. He's up by a 1 and 180, but this would be enough for. Actually, not even enough to get him past Gagan at the moment. Let's see what
Can
he
win
can
the
do.
final shutdown. I think he made a small mistake there. But yeah,
Yep,
rounding off the
I
final
think it
corner,
costed him just that much.
I think he's
Let's
out
see
of
what he
time.
does, and he goes P3 by just enough to beat
Sid
Gagan.
Venkatesh!
What a lap by Sid Venkatesh there. Wow, 11-2. He's
Well
really
done.
popping that ass up into something right now. Meanwhile,
I think
the provisional pole sitter on his out lap, starting his lap now. Even Ahif rounding up the last sector.
they have
What do
three
you
seconds
think,
to the
Chips?
last
Who's going to take pole here?
I believe it's in Sim Racing's favor. I think he's going to be the best suited to hold right now. But I mean, we cannot count out Ahif right now at all. So Ahif starting his lap. Let's see. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he has provisional pole, so he's already one step closer to the trophy. So let's see what he can do. Let's see what Ahif can do.
Exactly, like Sim Racing's already some, I believe it's 7/10, no, sorry, it's 5/10 clear of Ahif. So it's gonna take some doing to beat him. Sim Racing has improved on his personal
Yeah,
best.
he's going even faster than before. He's absolutely smashing it right now. Can the Ferrari driver deny the Alpine?
He's up by 2/10 Sim Racing. Oh, he bounces over the curb. That was a bit
There's quite a violent
unfortunate.
bounce, but can he still control it? Can he improve on this time?
Gets out of the way very cleanly to the last corner, pedal to the metal, and soon DRS is going to be opened by Sim Racing Sim, who sets a time of 1 minute 10.4. That is
Wow. Oh,
a
that is a
flying lap.
very good
If
lap.
there
And
ever
Ahif
was.
coming through the last turn now. He's not improving enough to beat Sim Racing.
I
But
think
what can he do?
110s.
He
No,
goes a
he sets a 111.
111-1. Oh no. So he can't improve as well. Meanwhile, we have Indic who's not setting fast times. Yeah, I think that's about it. So that's the qualifying done. We have Sim Racing who's taken pole by almost
Seven.
6 or 7 tenths there from Ahif in the Ferrari and Sid Venkatesh, who also put in a brilliant lap with that 111-2. Thakurva getting the Ferrari a P4 in and rounding up just the second row with a 111-2. Gagan Singh a 111-2-5 again. Oxidize putting in a 111-4. Smith Shah 111-5. Easy level bot a 111-5 again. And Deadly Mosquito, Indic, Ace and Abhi rounding off our top 12 guys who put in times, apart from Sandhu, Vintage, and Kalyan, who were in this qualifying, but they got disqualified for various reasons. Meanwhile, I think we have about five drivers who either had quali bans or joined late, who didn't take part. So yeah, quite an interesting one. Chips, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the gap between P3 and P5, it is crazy. I think they're separated by some 300s in total, 300,
Yeah, that
400s.
is
So
true.
that
Yeah,
is
it's almost
very
300. That's right.
competitive. But I mean, sim racing sim, give it up for him. 7 tenths clear of the rest of the field.
That
He
is
is going
true.
to be in with a shot. Smith Shah on the mediums has set a lap time good enough for P7, so he's going to be one to look out for. Although I believe he retired, so whether he gets to start on those tires is a bit of a talking point. Though I mean, it was an eventful qualifying. Said Venkatesh was he did very well for P3, I feel, and
So, Chips, I believe our volume is a bit low, so you'll have to just bump it up a bit.
all right. Is this better?
It's okay for me. I could hear you, but I guess it was some guys from the chat who were talking about it. Let's see now. Anyway,
Yes.
formation lap about to start. It looks very very overcast and just like it's going to rain anytime now. So yeah, let's see.
I'm just checking my sound sharing. Yeah, it's all right. I think it's going to be key. The race start is going to be key because it is not easy to overtake here.
That is true. It's not the easiest track to overtake, and yeah, getting a good start, keeping your nose clean is going to be really really essential.
So, do you think it's going to rain?
I do think so. I do hope so because it does spice things up. But yeah, let's see what happens.
Let me just check tire details. So, Manan and Mr. Stark have gone for the hard tires, which is impressive. They are P13 and P15. So, that's
So the
interesting.
hard tires do suggest that it's not going to be raining soon now.
Yeah, probably. I believe. Yeah, okay. Uh, who else? Ace, Abhi, and everyone from P16 to P20. That is Sid Kulkarni, Abdul Samad, Captain Sandhu, Vintage Player, and Kalyan. All are on the mediums. So, do you think that the gamble is going to pay off for them?
Well, it might because the only thing they need to do is make sure they keep their noses clean because if they do that, they'll be gaining positions when the others spit. And if they have some more pace left in those mediums, they can really, hammer it down at that time and get a good enough delta which they can recover on the softs a little later.
And Swag Boy on the soft tires outside the top 10. So, it's a bold call by him.
He
Let's see if
always
it
does
pays
that,
off.
He always goes for the aggressive strategy because he is a driver as such. He is the aggressor in most of the situations. So yeah, let's see. But he's also a driver who can't keep his nose really clean. So hopefully that changes for him.
Yeah, so I think everyone's lining up now. Kalyan Verma is going to be the last car on the grid. Uh, so it's
There's quite a
overcast, but I
gap
think he's going to
which has
drive.
been
Yeah,
formed on the formation lap.
yeah, I believe it's Abdul Samad. Abhi is disconnected on my screen for some reason. Not really sure what's happening
Yep,
there, but
he showed disconnected for me as well. So
yeah,
let's see now if Cody's gives me a decent enough view to for a dash into turn one.
the last car on the grid. So I think it's going to start now. Yeah, all right.
And we have lights out and away we go, and it's a decent start from Sim Racing. Ahif right behind him. Oh,
Sid
and
Venkatesh has spun.
Ahif and Sid have
Oh
contact there,
no.
and oh, the Mercedes behind of Captain Sandhu as well. But a clean start from Sim Racing, a P1, P2, a P2, P3 for the Ferrari boys. Oxidized race keeps his position.
Oh, Indie Gamer has spun.
Wow, there's a lot of positions being changed at the back. Quite a lot of drama happening there. Indie Gamer right at the back now.
Oh, there's a lot of chaos going on at the back. Mr. Stark and I believe Manan made contact.
Wow.
So that's not really ideal for them. But I'm just
Some
calling Sid
a
Venkatesh.
lot of cars missing end plates here.
Easy
And
level calling for 5 second penalty. I think he
Sid
overran
on
the
the
safety
soft
car.
tires will really want to. Yeah, he's made that position up on captain
Mr. Stark.
on Mr. Sark. Meanwhile, easy level bought with the penalty already.
That is absolutely not ideal for him. And look at the little bunch up that's happening in the field right now from say P4 to P8 or something. It's
Yeah.
really close between all of them. And I believe it's Ahif who has fallen back. Yeah, Ahif has fallen back. Look at Oxidize going right behind Ahif. He could be making a move into turn 1, And I think he's gonna go for it. And he sends one. No, he decides to.
No, that's quite. Oh, and ooh, quite bold from Oxidize there.
That was close. And this is all going to give Gagan Singh some reason to want to push and get past.
Yeah, that is true.
Swag Boy, P7 from P14.
Yeah, those soft tires really working for him.
Yeah, I think he made the best out of the chaos up ahead.
Meanwhile, Sid Kulkarni right on the gearbox of Ace right now. Let's see how our medium runners are going up right now because Smith Shah keeping almost where he was.
Yeah, exactly. He's done well.
Meanwhile, Swagboy 7 positions up. Sid dropped down quite a few places because of that spin as we saw. A good start from Thakurwa, gained 2 positions. Oxidize also has gained 2 positions. Gagan is right where he is. And yeah, let's see what happens from here on now.
So as of now, Easy Level is the only driver with a penalty at all whatsoever. Okay, so I believe Manan and Vintage have stopped, and what's happened in Sector 3? I think somebody's gone in the pits. Manan and Vintage have changed tires and they are both racing. Manan is on the mediums, Vintage is on the hards. This is a battle for 19th place, but it's as intense as the battle for the points. So that's interesting to see.
Meanwhile, Sim Racing is just in a league of his own right now.
Exactly, he's very well clear of the rest of the field.
And Cody is just making the timings disappear there.
I was just gonna ask you about that. So, Oxidize is doing well to keep up with Ahif. I think with DRS this lap, yeah, he's gonna be.
Yeah, he'll be on the back of that Ferrari in no time now.
What's happened to Indic Gamer? Indic Gamer is sideways.
That's not good news for him.
It's not been a very good start for Indic. I don't think he's gained any places, has he? Oh, Indic has lost 7 places, so very unfortunate for him.
So on board with Oxidize now, going on the inside of Ahif.
He sends one, but Ahif is still there. Could Ahif make a switchback? No.
He's good job from Oxidize there.
That was a very good overtake by Oxidize.
Meanwhile, Ahif might be coming under pressure from Gagan now.
Yeah, Gagan has been holding back. He's just been there. He's not. He's been sensible. He's not attacked.
Yeah, meanwhile, Swag is right at the back of Easy Level bot. Swag's really pushing right now. I hope he can just keep it clean because he just runs wide there.
A McLaren, I believe that is Ace who has spun. Yeah, Ace has had a moment there. He's going sideways and he's okay.
Meanwhile, Gagan.
Look at Swagboy.
And Oxidize almost loses it. This will give Ahif quite some impetus to go down the inside here. Oh no, he just
come really close.
Oh no, Oxidize will be really trying to push it in this last sector, last 2 turns rather, so that he doesn't come under the DRS threat.
Yeah, behind him, Gagan Singh. Gagan Singh is gonna be hoping to get past Ahif soon. Because
meanwhile, Oxidize he covers it just enough, and Gagan still holding back.
Just sensible, but I mean, Gagan is losing precious time. Thakurwa is already 2.5 seconds clear, and what's happened? I believe that's Alpine who spun.
No, Mr. Stark.
Oh no, Mr. Stark is out. And it's in a very
Oh,
dangerous place. I believe that's going to be a safety car. Is it? Yeah, it is a safety car. Okay.
wow.
So that changes the proposition very fast. Are we going to see people pitting? It's Abdul Samad, vintage player, Manan, and Indic gamer who are
I just hope
approaching the
nobody goes
pits.
into his car.
Yeah, it is in a bit of a dicey place. So no one from Abdul Samad to Indic gamer has decided to pit. Uh, okay, so let's see. What do you think? Do you think Sim Racing is going to pit?
I think he will because he might want to go off to the mediums now.
But track position is key. We can see with Gagan that being stuck behind a car is detrimental to your tires.
That is true. And
So
what
he
does Sim
decides
do?
to
He
pit,
goes in. Meanwhile,
and Thakurva
Thakurva
stays
stays
out.
out. Oxidize is going into the pits. No, he
No, he's
doesn't.
not.
Ahif
I
goes
have
into the
done.
pits. Gagan is out. Easy level bot is in. Smith is out. Deadly Mosquito is out. Sid is out. Captain
It's
Sandhu
going
is
to be
out.
good
Sid
for easy
Venkatesh
level.
inside. Kalyan
Is it?
Verma is staying out. Ace should be staying out because he's on the mediums.
Yeah, it was very lucky for easy level. He got his 5 second removed right there. Uh, in his pit stop, he didn't really lose some extra time. So
Yeah.
lucky for easy level there. Uh, Abhi has not pitted. Sid has pitted, and he comes on P14. So it is interesting that Sim Racing has come out P9. He's behind Captain
Yeah.
Sandhu. So, although
And Vintage
what's
players
happened to
retired.
Vintage? What's happened to Vintage? Did he have a Roman Grosjean moment?
I believe he did.
Did, did Marcus hit him?
Yeah, I
Oh,
believe he did. Wow.
yeah. Oh
Yep.
no. Well,
Well,
Marcus Dixon making his way from IndyCar all the way to RF1 will regrace to take out Vintage player.
that
But
that isn't the most pleasant way to go out of a race, I'll say.
absolutely not. So we have had two retirements, one under safety car and one which caused the safety car.
And it's
So
almost at the same point of the track, so that's also an interesting factor.
yeah, the last corner is a very dicey place. Like you can lose rear grip very very fast. It's gonna be interesting. I think yeah, Sim Racing has to get through 7 other cars to get back into the lead, and they are not gonna like move out of the way for him. They are gonna be holding positions. They have their own race to drive. But do you think that's gonna give Thakurva enough time to get ahead? Do you think that 6 lap old softs can still have pace?
Well, I don't think it will have that much pace. Of course, it's advantage sim racing now because they have pit for their mandatory pit stop is done, and I've seen Thakurva do this before as well. He really stretches that soft tire out quite a bit, but it's not always the best thing to do so because when you do get that opportunity to pit under the safety car, you sometimes do have to grab that with your eyes closed.
Yeah, exactly. Although sim racing isn't in like absolute safe territory either. The midfield at a safety car restart, the midfield tends to be the most chaotic place.
Yeah,
Like
that is
bunching up
true.
ahead could lead to loss of front wings. So sim racing does have Kalyan Verma between himself and Ahif. He does have a bit of
So
a
the
buffer.
safety car is in this lap going on board with Gagan now so that I can get a good view of Oxidize and Thakurva. Swagboy also right behind, and we know how aggressive Swagboy is, so he'll also be planting it.
Yeah, where do you think Thakurva is gonna go? I think he's gonna go on the straight. He's gonna catch him out by surprise.
Yeah, let's see.
Thakurva is
He's not
going
gone
right
yet.
now. I think he's gonna play it smart. It doesn't make sense to go early. You're gonna give the
And
others safety car
he's
set.
still not gone.
Still
Oh,
not
he's
gone. He's
playing it
teasing
really
them,
smart.
and
Oh,
he's
now he's
gone.
gone.
But
But I
I think
think
it was not.
Oxidize is right at the back. And he would want to be putting pressure on Thakur. And Abdul Samad retired from the session. Oh, and there's a bunch up of cars over there. What has happened?
Look at Swagboy. Swagboy up into P3. He made a move around the outside of Gagan at turn 1. That was
Wow, it's
fabulous.
such a messy start.
Swagboy is looking good on Oxidize as well. He is looking really, really strong. He's come alive in these conditions.
Yeah.
Come on, Swagboy. That was amazing. Something happened to Captain Sandhu. He's fallen back. Yeah, something happened to Captain Sandhu. Let me just see. I think he had a spin. Manan and Indic are in the pits. So,
Yeah, there was
look at
quite
Swagboy.
a thing over there. And Swagboy, almost losing the rear of his car.
But I mean, he has been rapid. He's made up, I believe it's how many places at this point? He made up 11 places. He hasn't made. Indic Gamer disqualified.
Wow, for blocking the pit entry. What is going on?
He spun at pit exit.
And it's a safety car out again.
Oh, for what?
Oh, this has to be Thakur's chance.
Thakurva, is he gonna pit? His front suspension is bouncing on my screen. And Thakurva does decide to pit, so does Oxidize. Swagboy stays out, Gagan pits.
Oh, and a drive-through penalty. Oh no. Smith also stays out, but he's on the medium, so rightfully so. Meanwhile, Sim Racing is all the way up back to P4 now.
Well, see, that's worked out very well for Sim Racing. And well, he did exactly what he had to. He stayed out of trouble, and he's made up 1 place thanks to Captain Sandhu's spin.
Yeah.
And 4 places now thanks to the other 4 pitting. So, Indie Gamers left the session. But that was dramatic. I don't understand why the safety car came out.
I guess it was because of Indic Gamer, because I think his car was parked in a dangerous location.
Yeah, that was. It is thrown another spanner into the works, but whereas Thakurva has emerged P10, this is not ideal. He is behind Abhi, and yeah, Abhi is the only one who's not made a stop. Who's in the middle of the pack.
No, even Swagboy is not stopped yet. Swagboy, Smith, Sid Kulkarni, and Kalyan, with Abhi also not making stops yet.
Yeah, so Ahif and Sim Racing have jumped Thakurva and the rest of that little bunch. So it was Thakurva, Oxidize, Gagan Singh, and yeah.
Meanwhile, Gagan has come out on the hards. He's probably wanting to go till the end on these tires now.
Yeah, he doesn't anticipate another stop.
And yeah, so this is what I thought. This is exactly what I was saying. Thakur Oxidize have lost out massively because of the safety car now. If they had to pit earlier, they would have had positions right up the field. But now they have had to settle for a P10 and a P11, where they are rivals on the track, at least at that moment, are now P4 and P6.
That has not really worked out for them, and the problem there was that it was a very short safety car.
Yeah.
Small interval between the safety car. So that's where they lost out. They couldn't really stretch out their tires, and they couldn't really make any inroads on the way they wanted to. So at this point, it's only Captain Sandhu and Swagboy on the softs. Swagboy is on 9-lap old softs. He's not pitted yet. None of the top 3 have pitted. Kalyan Verma and Abhi are the only others who do not have pitted yet.
Yeah, so safety car should be in this lap, I guess, because the field's bunched up already.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer now. The safety car is going to be in. Although, interesting is going to be Gagan Singh and Ace. Both are on the hards. They are going to be struggling at the restart, provided they really need to get their tires warmed up. And Ace with that drive-through penalty is going to be like he has to make some inroads in other manners. How do you think Swagboy is going to handle this restart?
Well, same way how he's been handling the race so far, pedal to the metal, that's it.
Yeah. Smith Shah behind him on the mediums, 9-lap old mediums. Safety guy is in this lap, so I think you can go on with Sid Kulkarni.
Yep.
So they're just warming up the tires.
Meanwhile, it's starting to get a bit brighter.
Yeah, Captain Sandhu had a spin. He's now last. Swagboy is gonna take it slow. Going slow. Smith-Shah is keeping his distance, but he's not falling too far back either. And Swag Boy is he's getting
And he's
into
gone. Swag is gone,
he
and that's a
bounced.
good restart.
Look at how
Oh, and he
Swag Boy is
spun!
out. Not out exactly,
Oh,
but
wow, wow,
oh
wow.
no! Wow! That was not good. And Smith Shine the lead. Swag Boy is falling down the order. Swag Boy is currently last. That is very unfortunate. But Smith Shine the lead. So I think Swag Boy's eagerness to get the race on with has cost him.
Meanwhile, just look how sim racing is being gifted positions here.
Yeah, Sim Racing is already in net P3, net P1. The others ahead of him still have to pit, so he just needs to take this easy. He has Kalyan as a buffer between him and Ahif, so he's in the best possible position right now.
Yep, he just needs to take it slow. Wait for the DRS to get activated and just make his move. Oh,
Oh,
and
Sim
Sid has a
Racing
moment.
momentum,
Oh, and
and
Sim
that's a
really had to take avoiding
wow,
action there. That's
wow,
some wow. That is actually some really good control.
and some very quick reactions as well, and amazing. Abhi has fallen back. Deadly Mosquito and Abhi are battling, and okay,
You
Deadly Mosquito is through.
need to wake up really early in the morning and start having Red Bulls for reactions like that.
So Sim Racing is up into P2, and
Meanwhile, here look at how the Ferrari. Oh, it's gonna be messier. Oh, and the
oh,
Mercedes of easy level bot on the inside gets
easy
tapped and
level
it's
bot,
spun around. Oh, I
and so is
think.
Kalyan Verma. Kalyan Verma is blocking the pit lane. He needs to get out of the way quick. Oh, that is not very good, and so unfortunate for easy level bot who
Yeah, I think
has.
he got tapped by Ahif there, who kind of squeezed him, at least from the looks of it. But
That
yeah,
was too close.
that's a pending student inquiry there.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
getting back to the front, sim racing just 7 tenths behind Smith now. With Thakurwa is also making up some good positions. He's right behind Sid Venkatesh. Oxida is
Gagan
right
Singh
behind
is
him.
Gagan Singh is slowly making up pace. Oh, Abhi has spun. Abhi has spun, and Gagan has made up one place.
Oh wow, that's a lot of
Everyone actually has one
carnage.
place. Unfortunate for Abhi. I believe he's taking it slow. Yeah, now Abhi's relegated to last place. So we've had a lot of yellow flags in this one lap, and we still have more than half the race to go. We've had a lot of action.
Yeah,
DRS has been
DRS
enabled.
enabled now, and yeah, Oxidize will
Do you
just
think
want to be staying with Thakurwa DRS because he knows Sid in front is on older mediums, and they both will be lining him up very soon.
Ace is serving his right through? Kalyan is pitting, and I think as is Abhi. No, Abhi stays out. Do you think it is sensible for sim racing to stay behind Smith? Like,
I mean, he's
wait
right
it
there
out?
right now. I don't think it really matters to him because DRS is open, and the way he's following him right now, he'll have this move done quite easily, unless he makes a mistake.
Yeah, so the thing is, when you're stuck behind another car, in these 2021 cars, you do tend to have a lot of tire temps. So,
That
doesn't
is
really make
true.
sense. Smith Shah has the pace, although I believe the main straight is going to be the venue for sim racing's overtake. Because look how close he is. He is
Um,
absolutely he's not broken side from Smith's gearbox at all. Final corner, and he has done have the best of exits, but I think it's going to be enough for him to get on the DRS on the par with ERS, and down the inside. That's a
And
clean
Smith
move,
parks it in the
and
middle, and yeah, I don't think he has a fight back, but he's coming back. And yeah, Sim Racing just has enough of grip over there to make it, so I don't think that would have been an issue either way. Meanwhile, Oxidize is closer to Thakurwa as well. They are following Sid Venkatesh very carefully.
Sim Racing has a 3.7 second gap to Ahif, and two cars between that as well. So Sim Racing has played this to absolute perfection. Pitting under
Yeah,
the first safety
absolutely.
car was a very good decision by him. So I think it's Thakurwa next up who's going to get Sid Venkatesh. Looking to get Sid Venkatesh.
Yeah, meanwhile, Gagan is also right at the back of Deadly Mosquito, switching those hard tires on now.
Exactly. I think they took a few laps, but they are getting it into the groove now. So Gagan looks like he could make a move down the main straight.
Yep.
Oxidize and Thakur Oxidize has made a move
Or maybe he's
on the
making a move
inside.
here and he goes down the inside and they make
Oh, they make
contact.
contact.
Oh, that was inevitable there.
Although look how close Gagan is. Gagan could be looking very good for a move down. Oh, do they have damage? I don't think they do.
I think
Possibly
Deadly
not.
Mosquito is just, he possibly does have damage because he's not the
Gagan down the
fastest around.
outside, and Gagan makes the move well before they reach the corner. So that was a very good move by
Yep.
Gagan. Move into
Meanwhile,
P8.
Thakurwa has gone behind Oxidize. What happened there?
Yeah, Oxidize made a move down the inside just before they reach the end of the second
Oh,
DRS
that's
zone.
nice. That's Oxidize also making
So,
up places. He will
yeah,
want to push behind Sid Venkatesh now.
I think Thakurva had a moment maybe, or I'm not sure if they made contact. But nonetheless, Thakurva is behind Oxidize at the moment. I think it's
Meanwhile,
Manan.
I've not
Manan
really
is
making the fastest inroads into Sid Kulkarni right now.
Yeah, Manan is right behind Swagboy. Oh, they're so close. Swagboy has not pitted, meanwhile. I didn't notice that. On the softs, he's not pitted. He's still on the same softs he started the race on, the one he spun on. So, impressive with that Swagboy. I think he's waiting for a safety car, another safety car,
Yeah, it does seem so.
because he is holding up. Sim Racing goes fastest with a 13.3. I think that's our fastest lap of the race. No
Yep.
one's come close to him at all. It's been very, very well managed
Wow,
by him.
Swag really swaying around on the straights. Wow, and
Oh, look at
Manan
Manan.
dives down the inside.
That is
That
how Swag has hit Captain
Swag.
Sandeep.
So wow, that was a dive and a half from Manan.
That is committed by him. So you gotta give him props for that. But
So
that
I think
is,
Swag has some damage. Yep,
yeah, I
he is
think he has
missing an
some.
end plate. Yeah, so yeah, that is also another student inquiry there.
Yes,
Well,
so Stewards are not gonna have the easiest way
meanwhile,
to set the.
Ahif catching up to Sid Kulkarni now.
Yeah, I
EDRS
think.
open.
But is Smith gonna be giving Sid DRS?
He may be, if they are on the same chat, he might be.
Possibly, yeah, because it makes sense for their own race to give each other DRS, but of course not for Ahif's race, because Ahif is he's
Yeah,
not
but
really getting close enough.
I don't think Sid Kulkarni will have DRS on this lap.
Yeah, he won't, but I mean Ahif is not really getting close enough. It's not really working out for him, is it? Because
Is it?
he is
Yeah.
now 6 seconds behind. Oh, what's happened to Gagan is out.
Oh
He's crashed in the
no.
same corner as Vintage did. It's a safety car.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, that is gonna be
Wings and all flying. Wow, that. My God, what's been happening, man? What's been happening?
that is
What
a
does
very
sim
very
racing
chaotic.
do right now? All the hard work of gapping them, all undone by who was potentially another challenger to his race.
Sim Racing can go on to another set of mediums. He did start on the soft, so he doesn't have to make a mandatory pit stop onto another compound anymore. So,
Yep.
what do you think? Do you think he should pit?
Well,
He has the pace, so does he really need to pit?
he might want to because you see, he'll come out on fresh mediums, and by the looks of it, he will come at least somewhere around P9, if I'm not wrong.
But
And
I mean,
everyone either way will have to pit
Yeah,
again.
Smith and Sid are gonna. Sim
Meanwhile, sim
Racing
racing
does
is
come
in.
in.
Yeah, he's into the pits.
What's he gonna go on to? It's gonna be
Smith
interesting.
Shah also going into the pits. Sid Kulkarni has to go. He doesn't have an option. That Alpha Tauri will be a double stack. Meanwhile, Ahir stays out. Wow,
It
wow.
is.
A lot
I
of
mean,
drivers staying out.
probably clever for him. Oxidize has stayed out. Thakurva has stayed out. Sim Racing comes out P4. That is very well done by him. Deadly Mosquito is P5. So Sim Racing has lost 3 places, but he's on
He's on
absolutely
fresh
fresh
mediums.
tires. Yeah.
Wow, so he's going to be lightning quick again. And Thakurova will have to keep an eye on his mirror, but I'm sure Thakurova will be getting some radio chat from his teammate soon, where he will be telling him to defend like a lion.
Yes, exactly. So, and I believe he is gonna do that. So,
Yeah.
And none of them are gonna just move out of the way for sim racing. All of them have their own race to contend with. They have track position.
That is true.
So
Meanwhile, what is interesting is both the Alpha Tauris are out on soft tires.
can they do 16 laps on the softs?
I don't think that is really possible. We
And
saw how Swag was struggling with like 11 lap old softs. Although
yes,
the cars are lighter now, but it's also that the temperature of the track has increased because it's sunny.
I think they're anticipating another safety car. There's no way they
Yep.
can really logically make it to the end of the race on good pace on such what are going to be at that point 16 lap old softs.
But they will be ones to watch out. And meanwhile, Abhi has still stayed out on 17 lap old mediums. He's not pit yet.
And Abhi had a spin, mind you, on those same set of tires. So it's a bit dicey, but I'm not really sure what
Quite,
he's trying to do.
quite some interesting strategy calls, I'll be honest.
Is he trying to go for a fastest lap at the end of the race?
Maybe.
Possibly. No other reason for him to stay out this long. He hasn't really made up any inroads, so as of now, Ace is the only car on the hards, and easy level bot. I think he's gonna do a charge from the back of the field.
Well, he has to. He really has to, and he'll be furious right now with I think it was Ahif who he had contact with. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's see. Hope for his sake he can resurrect his race a bit.
Let's just have a look at the penalties. No one has any penalties as
No,
of now,
no penalties as of now.
which is very good. Uh,
Safety car should be in this lap again because the field is bunched up.
yeah, I believe it's gonna be in this lap. Ahif is gonna be. I mean, if Ahif and Thakur are in the same party, he is gonna tell him to Thakur to hold up sim racing. But sim racing is not one who's gonna be held back. That's the key here. Oxidize, meanwhile, is in a Ferrari sandwich. And Manan up into P6 as well. Right behind Manan are the two Alpha Tauris on the softs. So let's see what happens. Ahif is backing the field up. He is being a bit pacey, but what he needs
Going
to do
on
is
board
catch
with
them out.
sim racing right now because he is in the driver's seat right now, though he's in P4.
Yeah, Ahif is still holding the
And
field up. Oxidize is desperate to get past. Look at this, and Ahif has gone. It is not the best of restarts, but he's managed to get the job done. Swag
and
boys out.
Swag Boy is out of the session. Wow.
Wow, that has not been very good for him. Look at how close sim racing is. Meanwhile, Smith Shah, the top 8, I believe, are covered by some 3 seconds, nothing more.
Oh, and Deadly Mosquito's out. He's retired from the session. And will that be a safety car again? No,
I
that is not a safety
don't think
car.
so. I don't think so.
The
Look
two
at Smith
Alpha
Shah.
Tauris are going at it.
Oh, they were side by side, and Sid,
Meanwhile, look at
Sid Kulkarni.
Oxidize. He is hounding Ahif right now.
Yeah, Sid Kulkarni did well there to back off wise. Otherwise, the two would have collided, him and Smith. But yes, Oxidize is. Same for Thakur. Thakur is also very close. What's happened to Smith Shah? Has he spun? Yeah, I believe he's at a moment because
Yeah.
he's fallen down the order. So, oh, what's happened there? I believe it's sim racing. Sim
Oh,
racing
he
is in
spun.
last. Sim
Oh
racing is
no!
last.
Oh
Oh
no!
no,
No!
sim
No!
racing.
Ahif's eyes would have lit up. I mean, I don't think he knows this yet, but yep.
Yeah, so well,
Meanwhile,
it's
look
not
at
like
Oxidize. He is dumping his ERS. Ahif going from one side of the track to the
is he
other.
gonna dive down the inside? No, he stays
No,
back.
Oxidize thinks wiser, and oh, and
But
Ahif goes wide, and Oxidize on the attack again. Wow,
so
we can't take our eyes off this one.
yeah, this is the battle for the lead is so intense. Oxidize is, and even Thakurva cannot be discounted from this because Ahif and Oxidize battle that gives Thakurva some impetus to get past.
That is true. Meanwhile, Easy Level Bot, who thought his race was over, is back up into the points in the top 10 now.
Yeah, and ahead of him is going to be Ace, who should not be that difficult of a target on those old hard tires. Although he is
Oh, and
still.
Oxidize has a moment, and he's going to come under some pressure from Thakurwa now.
And Sim Racing is right on the back of Easy Level Bot. So, well, Sim Racing has a lot of work to do if he wants to get a salvage a good result here.
Yep.
Oxidize has fallen back. Thakurwa is right behind Oxidize. He's been in that 4/10th window for the past lap or so, lap and a half. So I think he's going to be interested in making a move very fast. Sid Kulkarni is looking to make a move on Manan. Does he go down the inside? Yes, he does, but he decides to back off midway through the move, which was sensible, otherwise they both would have made contact. But yeah, Thakurwa on the back
Meanwhile,
of
this is very close between Easy Level Ace and Sim. And Ace backs off from the. Oh, does
Look at Sim
Sim?
Racing. Yeah, he's
Oh,
made the
he
move.
gets him. Wow.
Wow, that was a move and a half by Sim Racing. Well done. And look how he's closing up on Easy Level.
Oh, he goes wide.
So does Easy Level further ahead. Bit deep, but neither of them go into the grass, which is good.
Meanwhile, IF in front is really pulled away from this is Thakurwa with DRS now.
Sid
Probably
Kulkarni
looking.
is making a move on Manan. Sid Kulkarni is desperate to get past on these fresh soft tires versus Manan's 13 lap old mediums. And he's looking to make a move in the most weird of places.
Yeah, wow. Now he
Sid,
just had to go off the throttle bit. Meanwhile, Thakurwa would be really he'll want to go on the inside of Oxidize. And does Oxidize come back at him? Yeah, Thakurwa goes wide and Oxidize on the inside and they make contact. And Oxidize spun around and what are we seeing here? Drivers just touching each other and just having moments after moments.
Sid Venkatesh P3. Sid Venkatesh from nowhere is up into P3. He made a fantastic move on Manan, like Sid Kulkarni. Was it Kulkarni was making the move? Sid Venkatesh also made the move on Manan. So it was a very well done move by him. What's happened? We have Sim Racing who's at a moment with Easy Level Bot. It's a VSC.
Oh, and Oxidize doesn't have a front wing as well. Ah man, he was running up there. P2 got tapped out by Thakurwa. There's got to be a lot of questioning with the standards of racing tonight.
Yeah, so Sim Racing and Oxidize have had a very unfortunate. Yeah, Easy Level also doesn't have a front end plate. So, I believe.
Yeah, do you think the Ferrari. Meanwhile, I think Thakurwa is just lifting off so that he can create enough of a gap between himself and Ahif so that both of them can possibly pit and Ahif stays out. What does Thakurwa do? He also stays out. Okay, so they choose.
Sid stays out, Sid Kulkarni.
Meanwhile, will this be a. Meanwhile, Chips, just look at this. Sid Venkatesh. He's on 5 lap old mediums right behind these guys now.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be one to really look out for. Abhi pits for the softs. Sid Venkatesh has been really consistent. He's not. Sim Racing is retired. I think he's had enough with the race. So, yeah. But Sid Venkatesh, he's kept his nose clean, not got any penalties. And I mean, we do have to remember he had a spin on lap 1 at turn 1. So, he's recovered from that really, really, really well.
Yep.
So, and he's going to be a very big player to look out for in this the remainder of this race.
Yeah, and he's absolutely hounding down Thakurwa right now.
I think with a bit of good fortune and some good traction, he can get Thakur within the next lap or so, I think.
Yeah, that is true. But you see, Sid Kulkarni also is right at the back. So Sid Kulkarni might be more of a threat to Sid Venkatesh right now.
Yeah, but Sid Venkatesh is keeping within DRS range of Thakurwa, so it's not going to be too difficult. Manan has fallen back. Captain Sanju has also fallen back. Ace has done well. He got a drive-through, if you remember, behind the safety car, and he is
still in P7. Yeah.
So that has been But we only have 12 runners left. We have 8 people who've retired, and that is not the best of things to say. But
I mean, I think it's
yeah,
7 retirements and 1 disqualification.
yeah, Index was not really was a bit of a doubtful one. But yeah, Sid Venkatesh has not really made too many inroads. He's fallen back.
Yeah, he has fallen back in this sector, but he's probably going to get him back now because those mediums will kick in at some point.
Yeah, I don't think his tires are really warmed up, so they are going to warm up soon enough. Sid
And
Kulkarni is
and
going to.
and he might not really fight with Sid Kulkarni too much as well because he knows 6 lap old softs won't last the entire race, and they will fall off the cliff soon. So he might not really want to be pushing as much.
Yeah, so best to let him go probably.
Yeah, I guess so. So let's see what he does. And Sid Kulkarni stays back for now.
Captain Sandhu set the
He's
fastest
making a
lap.
and he goes off the track while doing so.
So Captain Sandhu after his fastest lap has a bit of a moment there. And Manan and Captain Sandhu are battling. Manan on 17 lap old mediums, Ahef on 19 lap old mediums. So they are on the oldest tires in the field right now.
Yep. Can you think IF can stretch his tires for another 10 laps?
With a bit of tire conservation, sure, and provided that he instructs Thakurva to not attack. Like, it's best that they work together instead of working against one another. So,
Yeah, well, let's see what happens because we know how it gets when Ferraris come against each other. It's not necessarily the most harmonious racing we've seen ever, for that matter, between Ferraris.
yeah, so we
But
need to
will IF get the Thakurva is faster than you, do not hold him up? Or will Thakurva get the Thakurva, please hold your position? Only
that
time will
remains to
tell.
be seen. Captain Sandhu is past Manan with the help of DRS. That's a very clean move. Well done by Captain Sandhu. He's up into P5, but he does have a small penalty to contend with. So, Ace is 10 seconds behind the pair of them. So, not really sure what's happened there. Abhi on the soft tires. Abhi's finally made his pit stop.
And just look at Thakurva.
Thakurva. Yeah, exactly. What's happened?
Ace has retired. And is that a safety car? Is that a late safety car? And it is!
It's a safety car.
Wow, Ahif has everything going for him. And look how Thakurva is backed off. Just look. He is definitely wanting to pit again. He is gapping his teammate. Oh, and Ahif just slows down on track. What has happened?
I don't think they're in the same party. They are. That's certainly not good communication. I mean, but Ferrari, as we saw in Monaco, they are known for bad communication.
Yep.
So, I believe that both of them are going to pit, making a bit of distance with one another. But
yeah, and Sid Venkatesh will stay out because he will want the track position.
Yeah,
and his tires can very well go till the end. But meanwhile, what does Ahif do? Ahif is coming in. I'm assuming for a pair of softs. Thakurva is also in, but he's going to lose position now because he's going to get held up.
Yeah, I think he's really slowing down in the pit lane, so he's not. Oh, he's bunched up the others a bit, which is not really good for the others. But yeah, he doesn't really have to wait. It was a good call.
It was a slightly slow stop, but yeah, because Thakurva, Sid Kulkarni had a 5 seconds, so he's right behind him again.
Yeah, I believe everyone behind him was backing up. They had to back up. It was more like a Landon Norris at Monza 2020 situation.
Yep.
They had to bunch up, and then I'm not really sure if that is report worthy, but yeah. Sid Kulkarni has a 5-second penalty to contend with, and Captain Sandhu has a 3-second penalty to contend with. But Sid Venkatesh on 9-lap-old mediums, can he hold back Ahif?
That is going to be a really, really long task now.
The entire field, except for Abhi, Kalyan Verma, and Sid Venkatesh, are on absolutely fresh softs. We have 8 laps to go. Ace has left the session, so commiserations for him. What do you think?
I don't think, unless and until Ahif makes a mistake himself, I think this race is his.
Yeah. Ahif is going to be looking to get past Sid very, very 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 fast,
Yep.
and he does have his teammate to support as well. So right behind him, and Sid Kulkarni has made that soft strategy work out very well. Uh, I think that was actually a better call, strategy call,
I guess so.
because
The safety car really helped them out, and Kalyan Verma gets a penalty.
Abhi stays out on the soft tires, old soft tires. So I think he is content with them. It's only 4 laps, and most of those have been under safety car at this point. So well, it's going to be Abhi and Sid are the only ones on the used tires at this point. Everyone else is going to be on brand new tires. They're going to be itching to get past. We're going to have, I think, about 7 laps, including
Yeah,
lap 20.
we should probably, but that's if Oxidize can get close enough on this lap, which he should really.
Yeah, I think it's a given. He should not be that far behind. Although we are running out of time and Oxidize needs to get close to the field. Sid is going to be hoping Oxidize does not catch up, I think. Because
Yeah,
it's going to give him
definitely.
another lap. It's going to give him another lap. So, yeah, Oxidize is actually a bit far back. So, let's see. It's possible that we might have another lap safety car. What's happening between Manan and Captain Sandhu? They are exchanging places. I believe it was just the bunching up.
Meanwhile, Oxidize is just about to reach the timing line now. Yep, he reached it.
It's a late call,
So,
yeah.
yep,
It's a late
safety
call,
car
but the
in.
safety car is in. So how's Sid gonna handle the restart?
I have a feeling Sid's going to really have to pull something out of the bag to keep the two prancing horses behind him on fresh
Look
softs.
how close Ahif and Thakur are to Sid Venkatesh. And Sid really has to catch them out by surprise, otherwise he's gonna be gobbled up into turn 1.
And he's not really tried warming up his tires too much, if you see. So he's going to be on cold mediums right now.
Yeah, he cannot really push on the banking, he has to push on the straights if his tires are cold. So, is he going to be the sly old fox? When does he go? Is he going to catch Ahif out by surprise? He's really taking this to the line, which is good for him. But he has to go at some point,
Wow.
and he does, and that's well managed. But it's going to cause a lot of chaos in the midfield. And Thakurba has dropped back. Captain Sandhu is right behind Sid Kulkarni. But Sid Kulkarni as well, one to look out for.
Yeah.
That's a bit of bunching up into. Oh, Manan and Captain Sandhu have made contact, and they're both
hitting each other, and Manan spins.
Oh, that's not really gone well.
Meanwhile, Sid is flown away actually from Ahif,
Yeah.
who will catch him back now with those fresh softs. Sid Kulkarni hounding Thakurwa, while Thakurwa hounds Ahif. So Ahif will really be telling Thakurwa, okay, buddy, please protect my rear where I'll go on the charge in front.
Yeah, and actually, teamwork is sensible over here. We saw it with the real life race as well, with Mercedes using Bottas to hold up Verstappen. So teamwork really essential over here when you can. So Ahif and Thakurwa need to work together to make something happen. But Sid Kulkarni is also a threat to Thakurwa. And Ahif didn't really have the best of exits. Sid Kulkarni has a penalty of 5 seconds. Yeah, between speeding. But yes, Sid Venkatesh is clear. Easy Level and Kalyan both pit. Not really sure. I think Easy Level had damage to his front wing. But meanwhile, Ahif and Abhi's out.
And Abhi is retired from the session. He spun off. So will that be a safety car again?
I doubt it.
I'm sure Sid is probably praying his heart out that that's a safety car, but I don't think that will be.
Yeah, I don't think his prayers are going to be answered now because it's too close to the end of the race. Look how close Ahif is. Ahif could well be making a move on the main straight because considering how close he is, just with some battery power, he can get past.
Yeah, but DRS has not been enabled yet.
Yeah, I think it's going to be enabled the next lap. So Ahif is going to be... Okay, so everyone who's going to finish the race is going to get points at this rate. So
Yeah, and yeah, meanwhile, Ahif should be looking to make the move on Sid now. He'll be dumping his ERS. What is
Same
Sid
goes for
also
Sid,
done?
but Sid covers the inside. Aheb decides to go around the outside. Smith Shah fastest lap. Oh, and that is great car placement by Sid Venkatesh. It's just like Fernando Alonso at Hungary last year.
Yeah, he's
And,
just not allowing the faster car to get through right now.
and that is very well done. Sid Kulkarni is also still right behind Thakurva. They are surprisingly managed to stay all right without making any contact with one another.
Yeah.
And Captain Sandhu P5, that is well done from him. And Smith Shah meanwhile got the fastest lap. I don't know if he got that, but oh, look at how close Ahif is.
Yeah, Sid
Ahif is
might
very,
probably let him by here so he can get the DRS on the main straight.
but yeah, does it really make sense?
I don't know. He picked his braking
He needs
well,
some traction.
and yeah,
He
he
needs some
really does.
traction.
He needs some traction, some luck, and a lot of power in that Ferrari engine now.
And
This
still
should be a
Venkatesh.
easy move.
What's happened?
Oh, I think
Oxidize
that is
has spun.
oxidize.
Yeah, and look at Ahif. Sid Venkatesh gonna cover the inside again, and Ahif goes around the outside. What's Sid gonna do? Is Sid gonna dive? Yeah, he is gonna
Sid
attack.
sticks to the and
They
he
make contact
has
and Sid
spun
is.
around. Oh no! This is the
Almost
third
made.
time we're seeing someone fighting for the lead and spin out and go right at the back.
Does he have damage? I believe he has end plate damage. No, he does not. But oh no, it's a Ferrari 1-2. Look at Captain Sandhu and Smith Shah. The AlphaTauri boys are P3 and P4.
Wow.
And Smith Shah and Captain Sandhu were side by side. I believe, oh no, Manan and Captain Sandhu have made contact again for the second time in the past few laps. Manan has absolutely no front wing. That is not right. The two of them have come together two times in the span of like 3-4 laps.
Doesn't look
And
like,
neither of them.
yeah. Captain Sandhu is also missing a lot of end plates and flaps on the wing.
Sid Venkatesh has passed Manan and is going to soon pass Captain Sandhu as well. So I believe, do you think Sid is going to stop and take the fastest lap?
Well, maybe he will because he knows the cars behind him are pitting. An easy level bot is quite a long way back.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
might be worth pitting right now.
Yeah, I think, and Sid decides to stay
Oh, he stays out.
So does Captain Sandhu. I believe Sandhu has damage though. And Sid making a move around the outside this time. Oh, he goes a bit too deep into the corner. And oh, Sandhu just manages to avoid it. But unfortunate for Manan. Manan and Captain Sandhu are not going to be the best of friends, I believe, after these last few laps.
Yeah, meanwhile the front four rather equally paced with each other. So it doesn't look like we have any moves coming up there unless someone makes a mistake. But I think I've made a small mistake because Thakurwa has closed up a bit.
Yeah, and it's not over yet. The two Ferraris are still battling with one another. And well, this is really gonna benefit Ahif if he finishes where he is right now. We still have another 2 laps to go. What do you think?
Well, it does look like a sure shot Ferrari 1-2, but this is all depending on the on the steward's report now because as we've seen, a lot of sketchy overtakes, a lot of sketchy defense.
And is the second last, is the penultimate lap. Ahif has a 1.2 second gap to Thakurva.
Yeah, and
There's absolutely
nobody who's in the DRS range of anyone, so it doesn't look like they'll be mounting a challenge anytime soon.
And yeah, Sid Venkatesh is carrying on. He's not going for the fastest lap, which probably makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, salvage all the points he can with that P5.
Yeah, I don't think Captain Sandhu has a front wing because he's really struggling in the corners.
No, he
And he doesn't have an end
doesn't.
plate.
Yeah, he doesn't have an end plate.
Easy level could catch up to him, you know. Easy level is 16
Let's see.
seconds is a bit difficult to make up.
Yeah,
But,
I don't
let's
think
see.
he's going to make up so much time.
He just needs to get within 3 seconds because Captain Sandhu has a 3-second penalty. Oh, actually, Thakurva is within
The
DRS
DRS
range.
range, yeah.
But is he gonna attack? Is he gonna? No, I think he's gonna hold back, which is sensible for the team, but not for his own good. Kalyan Verma gets a penalty, and Ahif starts the final lap. Thakurva is closing in rapidly, and are they going to swap on the last lap or something? Is Ahif going to thank Thakurva for doing what the job he did? Let's see. Sid Kulkarni has fallen back by 2.5 seconds from Thakurva.
Meanwhile, this might actually, like you're saying, get interesting because Ahif is very low on battery right now, with Thakurva having almost half his tank still left.
Yeah, so it is not over yet, and it will take one mistake from Ahif to make Thakurva interested in making a move. Although I think the last lap Ahif is not going to take any unnecessary risks.
Yep.
With DRS Thakurva is, I think that's nothing's going to happen here. Yeah, Thakurva is not going to go for a dive there,
but he is pushing. You can very much see that he is pushing.
Yeah,
what does Thakurva do coming out of this last turn?
Are they going to do a photo finish? Is it going to be like the...
And Thakurva is going on the inside of Ahif, and he makes the move, and Thakurva wins!
Wow.
On the last turn. Wow, that is something else.
Smith-Shah P3. And wow, Ahif and Thakurva, they provided us with some real entertainment in that last lap.
Yeah,
Thakurva had the
wow.
battery, Ahif had the track position. Thakurva with DRS and battery has made it through.
So like we said that the Ferrari team orders didn't come through at the end.
And Captain Sandhu finishes P6. Easy level bot, his Mercedes teammate, is going to be
P7, and that, I mean, easy. A lot of sad faces here. I'm sure, like Sid Venkatesh, Oxidize, Easy Level, Sim Racing, because they all were meant to win this race. I mean, they all were in the position to really do that, but wow, something just happened.
Sim Racing has really had a very unfortunate run. He got pole by 7/10 and was well clear of everybody. But
yeah, that is true. But well, yeah. Let's invite our...
I'll do that. You can run through the grid.
Okay, so then we have the Ferrari finishing 1-2 with Thakurva taking it on the last corner of the last lap, with Smith closing up the podium there. His teammate Sid Kulkarni in P4. So that's a Ferrari 1-2 and AlphaTauri 3-4. Sid Venkatesh, who looked like he was going to bag a magical race here, lost out in the third last or fourth last lap that was, and Captain Sandhu, who had a bit of a sketchy race, finishes P6. Easy Level finishes P7. He looked like going to be finishing on the podium as well, with Manan really having his elbows out with Captain Sandhu in most part of the end race. Meanwhile, Oxidized Rage also was putting on the pressure, and he also would be kicking himself right now, with Kalyan Verma being the last of our finishers in P10. Well, yeah. So, have you added our guest of honors?
Yeah, I have. But yeah, that was an amazing race, and I believe we have a race winner with us here, Thakurva. So, congratulations. That was a very, very close finish. I think we just wait for Smith and Ahif to join.
So, Ahif's just joined.
Yeah, just waiting for Smith. And yeah, Smith is here. So, I believe we're going to start with Smith.
Yeah, so Smith, can you hear us?
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Hey, Smith, brilliant race coming back from some sketchy starts and all that. Getting back onto the podium, you must have felt a bit left out with that safety car in the middle where you and your teammate had to double stack onto the softs over there. I'm sure it would have been maximum points after getting maximum out of this race, and I think that late safety car helped you again to go onto the softs for a final dash.
It did. The last safety car did, and there was a bit mix-up, I think, after the safety car, where I think I got a few positions back, and I guess the cars ahead also had some penalties, so that helped as well. But yeah, it was a roller coaster altogether.
Yeah, must be good. You must be feeling really good right now, because reserving in a race and finishing on the podium does definitely have a different feeling.
In a way, it does. Also, I didn't DNF, so yeah, hallelujah to that. So
Yeah,
you guys would know that, but yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks guys. But yeah,
yeah.
congrats to Thakurwa and Ahir. Great race, both of you.
All right, so moving on to Ahif there now. Ahif, a lot of practice going into this race for quali, forgetting to do some racing sims, but can you just tell me what was going through that final couple of laps when you know that you were fighting sim racing for the win and then just having sim racing disappear from your top five and then fighting your teammate? Were there any team orders? Were there anything like Thakurwa is faster than you? Don't hold him up.
No team orders, nothing. We are happy for the one and two. We didn't actually fight. We didn't even talk about it actually. So the photo finish that happened in the end, it was all happened on the spot. We didn't even plan it. So I'm happy for Takurwa. It was a long over. So I'm happy for one and two.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've heard a lot of this before, and I'm not going to be shy of it and say that, okay, as much as you say that it's you're happy for the one and two, the victory would have felt different.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, I know I would have had a bigger gap at the championship, but it is what it is. So I'm happy with P2.
Well, that's
I
great.
think he
Good
was
race.
Sim Racing had a very good quality. I think he was very fast here in track, and I was actually content with P2. I was fighting for P2. I even told Akurva that I'll be happy with P2, but luckily I think he had a DNF, so it helped all of us.
Yep, that really did change the complexion of the race by quite a bit. But yeah, either way, a very good race. Some little bit of archie bargies with some drivers into turn one, defending, overtaking. But yeah, overall, great race. P2 is definitely a good result with how the championship standings are between you all at least. You're gaining the most points amongst the ones who are next to you. So yeah, good race, buddy. Moving on to our race winner who won the race on literally the last corner of the last lap, kind of giving you this 2008 Hamilton vibes where yeah, like I would have really thought that he's backed this after like almost starting sector 3 and then you just came out of nowhere. We could see that he was out of ERS and you had a lot, and we were talking about how that could be advantageous to you coming out of the last corner, and it was. You won that race from there. So Takura, take us through how you scripted that victory.
Yeah, firstly, I'm just super grateful to have IF as my teammate because, like, honestly, I couldn't have asked for anything more. And we've had one twos, like last two races, last race he won, this race. Honestly, I would have enjoyed this a lot more if IF wasn't leading the championship. But yeah, I mean, really good race to me, long overdue. And like you said, the ERS, it was very unplanned. Like we didn't plan it because we weren't fighting. Like I wasn't trying to gain on him. That was just how I was doing. That's why I wasn't using my ERS because I just wanted to finish behind him. But at the end, I think he didn't have any ERS and I only did. And I just like, I was on the line and I was trying for a photo finish. And like within a 10th, I just got ahead of him. I didn't think I would. I was just, behind. I was just happy with that, whatever it was. But regardless, I think, like you said, really good race.
Yeah, some real modest words with the really happy to have him as a teammate there. We've heard a lot of that before, and it doesn't really pan out. But for your sake, I hope it does. Meanwhile, Chips, any questions for the podium sitters?
I mean, not really. I think they've answered what they had to. But yeah, congratulations to both of you. You had a very, very, very good race, and P1 P2 Ferrari is very good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yep, so that sums up our Division 2 race in the Netherlands. We are back tomorrow night with the Division 1 race. Hopefully, a full grid and some good racing to give you all. So, yeah, till then, good night, and we shall see you tomorrow.